Peace. This is a meat and potato sorcery production starring myself, the Water Alchemist, and today's video is for entertainment and educational purposes only. It is best that you consult a medical doctor for autoimmune disease or any other disease for that matter. Now, with that said, today's topic for the occult family is the spiritual causes of diseases. Just like you can program your iPhone or your Android, you also program disease in your body. How does this achieve? This is achieved through your mind, and it goes back to something that happened in your childhood in the form of depression, which children can get depressed, trauma, or self-loathing. And you also can pick up energy currents through your parents, your grandparents, or even aunts and uncles, and even elder cousins. You can pick it up from them. I have done this myself as young as 2 years old. So if you're an empath, you can pick that up without your knowing, and the subconscious mind will retain and catalog that experience because the conscious mind's job is to protect you. So you're not even aware of that. But to the topic of disease, a lot of diseases start in the mind, and then once it is programmed via the body, when you have something that happens so bad in your life, that's when the disease is triggered. Let's give some examples of this. The first example I would like to use is diabetes. Now, we know diabetes is related to the pancreas and insulin, but metaphysically, it's related to not having joy in your earthly experience. You're not happy in life. So because of that, the sweetness is gone, the joy is gone. And this joy could be for a number of reasons. It could be the loss of a child, the loss of a spouse, or even the loss of a parent, your mother and your father. This can lead consequently to diabetes, one or two. Another example is lupus, which really is an autoimmune disease which affects 50% of women, and usually after childbirth. And the thing about lupus, as it attacks the organs, this is dealing with guilt. This is dealing with guilt, not being good enough, especially if you're a mother. Are you good enough for your children? And maybe they went through a period where they had to be hospitalized. And then by you dealing with the trauma of the child, you often can be diagnosed with lupus, which can affect your organs because you don't feel worthy of being a mother. You're dealing with self-loathing and you're dealing with depression. So this can lead to lupus. Now, what's the brother disease of that? The brother disease of that is gout. Now, gout usually is treated with over-the-counter drugs, or they'll use like aripiprazole or colchicine. But gout is because you want to be dominant and you struggle with inflexible attitudes and letting people live life on their own terms. You may not agree with their life or their journey, but their journey is their journey, not yours. So basically, it's inflexibility and this need to be dominant. That's gout. Now, if you're suffering from low blood pressure, this is because you like to avoid conflict and you're passive aggressive. So that's low blood pressure. Now, if it's high blood pressure, and this is very important, listen to me. If you're suffering with high blood pressure, the reason for that is because you are very frustrated. And you're frustrated because you have no control over what the future brings. And usually when we have expectations, we have to understand something. Usually the expectations that we have are really not our own. They are societal pressures, as well as where your parents, your mother, your father think you should be in life. So this can lead to high blood pressure. Now, let's go to the elephant in the metaphysical room, so to speak, dementia. Dementia usually occurs because of plaque on the brain. Now, metaphysically, the problem with people who experience dementia is because they fear getting old and they don't want to accept life on its terms. I can give you an example. It doesn't matter whether you're poor or you're affluent or you have status. In an interview that was did by Bruce Lee's brother, he has said that Bruce, one of his fears was getting old because he equated being old with being helpless. Bruce Lee's own brother said that. So you just don't want to accept life on life's terms and you fear getting neglected in the aging process. So this will lead to dementia because you will forget. So those are some of the causes of that. And basically what it all comes down to, let's recap, your traumas. And this could be guilt, denial, shame, regret, depression, all these emotions that you carry in you, your mind is cataloging. It's taking inventory. So sooner or later, it's going to activate that very disease. So get the medication that you need, seek professional help, but also do your part. And you can do your part with changing your mind state. And that's very important for you to do. You have to change your mind state. And there's metaphysical practices you can engage in, Qigong, Reiki. You can do meditation, which is very good. And you can even utilize essential oils, aromatherapy. You can do that. But you have to be very careful in what you think. As they say, as a man or a woman thinking, so they become. And this is no different when it comes to the case of disease, which is metaphysical in origin. But in Western medicine, you treat the symptoms instead of dealing with the root cause. So with that, that is your meat and potato sorcery for the day. I'm the Water Alchemist. Be water, my friends. Peace.